Now, my main Chief Justice and our Supreme Court meet from 2015. I think I have 2008. I have 2015, 2019. One more a year Supreme Court so. Yeah, I say Gertrude Torkornoo is about 2019 and Akufo-Addo NFA no. Bafo Boni John D. Wokufo NFA no 2015 poor mine John Dramani Mahama NFA no your chairman and nay committee our power no. Loveless Johnson 2019 and Akufo-Addo NFA no. Tanko Amadu 2020 and Akufo-Addo NFA no. Nyako Mensa Bones 2020 na Akufo-Addo NFA no. Kuledi Ono 2020 na Akufo-Addo NFA no. Adibu Esiedu 2022 na Akufo-Addo NFA no. Aka Yensu 2022 na Akufo-Addo NFA no. Kingsley Kumsin 2023 na Akufo-Addo NFA no. Jewu 2023 na Akufo-Addo NFA no. Anthony Kofi 2024 na Akufo-Addo NFA no. Dakwa Sare 2024 na Akufo-Addo ena ade frame J Frimpong na Akufo-Addo NFA ntuwe ma wo mo ate so nyina na nado ma na nado na appoint wo ebusu amra so yenkwade ani nkomo but we will now know why because according to Sammy Jenfi the reason why and what is in the petition no wo bro so enra yebebo along the line na wetie bi na afi yetu bi ehunu say really what is justifiable or not. One of them is the fact that it is not right or illegal. Say, call private visit. Now, you are only entitled to your security, you and your security na by Chiaka. But in this case, Mahama Torkornoo Tukwaya, or Fanny Kunu, more than a mammy no aka home, no do Omoko. First class was no motna. Was I per diem $10,000? Didn't I come and row boy or so intercepted petition? You betty home come pay for and now, Mother come inside, you didn't come a minia ba Janet Nabila. Me hu no ache na metene nka ache saa na menua be ma Solomon Owusu or a senior member movement for change. Janet Nabila a founder and leader for PNP and a Mark Ewusi Akon
and a leader constitution how is it political party how can one person over town more I mean kind of article 55 neti so we by a founder and leader of a political party the right to vote a political party you have a guarantee che
na de papa kwesindum no anya fanda yi
ai se munu na no mudi ho no
kube
one former founder and leader na ngwa founder and leader
omu do so papa go back into the distance
say
when your founder
Jerry Rollins
what your private property the ofia can say the political party
Jai mama come
the political party
Jerry Rollins so founder and leader
dia semwa wa kontra wa
founder chairman
one person obi be challenge to so be founder me leader na anoto papa wo general secretary ma we me fa organizer ma papa kan se munu we na do e ba betra e dey adwuma wo di ano no
unim say akame mpacho me the constitution I was Supreme Court ayi di Mahama dada and say Mahama
say the do ro ko to party so so make wo Yenya no autocratic leader.
Autocratic, yes. Because Mahama obi oye military leader bia me di autocracy be di nechi. Nti President Mahama on
the military leader.
On the nyankupa obi on 1992 and from military countries. And on 1990 ECOWAS be Sirema military leaders. Na wo pe military pa adenti na wusu amfa military mbem. Uko constitution su ena de bia nso so wo man enhumi de bia wo ka kire ECOWAS se omunji military form mbem wo ka kire ECOWAS for say omunye we na wan kasa wo 92 and from one military country to another
and say abai bi ye bibi na nkoye na soja for tuna say Ghana ha soja for
say onwan kasa onukrampo okasa military regime to hear adwuma wo ya o say military regime is overdue ena president Mahama ne kai
But me starting free Janet so obi our 10 minutes with Chief Justice me starting free Janet so Janet me who so wakasa wa trokra about the suspension of the Chief Justice. Janet, do you know why she's been suspended and based on what are you complaining?
Mpacho mami nchia mu ena mutiefo nyina Ghana for me name se mo hwe me wo social media and our Facebook am be hu say me share black because a national day of mourning. National day of mourning for the people of Ghana because democracy. Ye can about democracy no. Democracy was to make sure say the various institutions were independent to be able to execute their duties. Democracy we are meaning no. Mini wo ke say President Mahama Babefa executive power no ono na ye in charge. Legislature power wa fa in charge. And CCR opese on fa judiciary nka ho. Now at the end of the day everything is now for him and no one else.
That's how the constitution.
There be because Obiaba Chief Justice Wohono Obiaba only Chief Justice ni na yedwuma. President Mahama nkwa ba osi onu obia nyedwuma. Sisi akurampo it is during Mahama's regime yehu say even civil servants were you free ho without even giving opportunity for the public commission to have a say. President Mahama ye military leader in Ghana as we speak today. Talking about the Chief Justice, one of the things our President Mahama Ghana for SSA yen sorry ne President Mahama who say ye na ye di wo baye Chief Justice enye wo na wo di Chief Justice baye e parliament na pass law Chief Justice obeye Chief Justice
obi ne fa no
enti se wo
na do dan kwa kufa
onu Mahama enye obi ne fa ye ne fa no enti bibia ekoso no ena ye pay independence of each of the institutions. I mean the three organs of government. Ena wo President Mahama onu ne NDC for mo baye ye be yi Chief Justice Afriho ye be yi Chief Justice Afriho mini wo kese yi omo puli opium ena red for na ye advisors of President Mahama mini wo kese social media for na advise President Mahama odi ye juma
social media for no mo bio
wo this how do I call it crampo baby omo ye omo police drugs no omo ne advise President Mahama mini wo kese ye
na the Council of State
Council of State me see social media and red and opium pullers na ye advisors of President Mahama's government. I mean, red media me ka drag no enye no sa red na enye no am say ye drag no enu na media me ka about red beans. Enti the ye can say President Mahama, truth be told, it is true say
so but Janet it's not fair to say President Mahama is being advised by
and yes, social media for before Mahama beka bibia it shows incompetence of the president and all his appointees. This in Sir Jubilee House no say who president ye na vote man wa call into power anytime I will be address here and social media for na beka kire answer na who buy like you are the last person to tell us whatever is happening. Social media for who be yi IGP social media for Nebeka say ye be you know on this day now actually on that day it comes to pass. How incompetent fellas
but there are some media people who work on social media.
It's not so the matter of
it might be the media on social media you are talking about.
Media me what problem bia but the media doesn't even do that. The media they are professional in the execution of their duties. They make something na me see opium pullers need this no because nipa bebra mi hu omo a omo na ye the first people to bring information out no ansa na letter baba obi di letter na beba omo doso and this doesn't speak well of the presidency. It is a shame that ya di nipa bebre sisi na first no ye di 327 million to ya Flagstaff house for and our Jubilee House sisi amu g 2.9 billion nso so munye dwuma no because dwuma ni say we be make sure say government the biba a little bit of secrecy. Our lives are in danger in the hands of President Mahama because on the appointees omo okro maps one day ombe ko ka ye security bi adiama another country ama babe attack here because say ye ka about omo ye okro map people our Jubilee House I don't even know what to say.
There
is no leadership.
Intercepting information.
It's not a matter of intercept.
Kwaku was first to intercept information like that, and that was before time.
Dear can say whatever is going on at the Jubilee House, something need to. They have to put their house in order.
But why are you against it?
No, because it's not a matter of.
We are against the suspension.
Very against, because this is a pre what they call it, predetermined something a president number one. Who sorry Uma Felix Ofosu Kwacha Babe choro letter dia to ni Facebook page say obia di petition aba inti sa petition no you the ama council of state which your constitution na obi di petition be ma wa wo we ma chief justice ahu petition no or the response be ba who say there's something in it then you push it and allow it to go omo di brewu would the adiane ba social media this in commentators or President Mahama any appointees for aka social media ofosu kwachi di ba social media and na ohwa 2 days koye chief justice ka say maybe they omo di krat abema no one fa krat abema no o sorry ya o turo letter man no pese one fa krat amame and na o say me krampo mama o 10 days and obi frame me for interview o say law ni see omo man 7 days but President Mahama man 10 days. President Mahama need to be impeached. Onye 3 days no wa he party amaobi. You are using the constitution of Ghana. President Mahama is the constitution that you have to follow. President Mahama is a violator of Ghana's constitution. Me name dada. Onu ombu constitution no.
How?
Eno grandpa
the constitution
Obia na owa parliament. Obia na owa parliament. Ana ye can say maybe oye lawmaker no. Or back into power, such a person will become somehow more of a leader. Ababe dani obi oye to say on the laws of Ghana kura. According to the constitution, 7 days must be given. President sorry ya or see me na me autocratic power de bia mi nanti wo military regime countries. Inti sisi amisuma dani el military leader. Me di 3 days aka so 3 days no wa hefa. I find only 3 days no. And odikano so enu krampo the whole deal should be cancelled. That's number 1. Number 2, na mimi ko wi ade no ma chimi aka 2 minutes. How?
Me 10 minutes.
Wo mi ko wi ade o ma chimi say ma wi ade me di ade na to ho na ma ka kire ni pase si mi wi na mi ka si mi ma jaya to ho wo ye de ye boni o mo ka sisi a wo si 1 ma obi 10 days. That doesn't justify the crime you have committed. The crime has already been committed. You should have done that. So it doesn't mean say sisi a the woman no awie enwie ye. But the mini will say Chief Justice, I hold this woman responsible because enunti na de bia me can say we don't need this in what to call we don't need strong institutions. We need strong leaders to be able to help our institutions work. Now what can say anka mini Janet Nabla me Chief Justice our Ghana President Mahama Sisia me also call on the people of Ghana to impeach him. Anka Sisia obe like he will be fighting for his to be looking for his decision to become still be a president because the presidency would have been in doubt for all these crimes that you have committed against me. Anka make kikino through the injunction. I will put an injunction on it and call for an investigation on the president. Chief Justice, where I ever sunina, because of I am say Osuru ana bibi, and you yemi ya.
Chief Justice Suru.
Osuru anka yemi the first time I me who say
what to me a catcher president say petition me pese me answer.
Enu kwa me do you know that me anka me answer petition no. Osuru anka me answer petition no. I don't owe you that allegiance. Anka me answer petition no. And can make put injunction on everything that calls for my this thing because meaning say you are predetermined. Your predetermination has made the whole thing flawed. And can make mouse opportunity no. But Chief Justice at now I'm a say look.
Have you been opportune to see some of the issues in the petition that was sent?
Oh, talking about me see we can about because or see or vacation and private vacation when I can say who response towards that one inti sami jemfina otimi nim kasa odwane ko bibia okọ kan sema openo What was the response to that? Sir, asem na okano. What was the response? Nturonkwa. Oko vacation. There is a this thing on there, this thing that gives her the opportunity to go on vacation. Na mimi ko vacation na, mi nko we vacation. Na mi kunu nko, mi nkwala, mi debia mi beti kwa ya. The last time, listen, Debbie, if the mi jumamu as this in administrator, mi ko this in vacation na, yeah, mi ba na eko because kunu anyhow inti mi ba na eko vacation. Ena mi kura
virgin
akwala no si mi adoptee no
inti
mi adoptee no
wasuagede wa betra
mi adoptee no inti mi ba because the last time I call US without me ba bisa when krampo me kati off me journey because me ba friend me say house help no the belt buno. The following day, me try me this thing and I me do an buy. Enti so obi say me buy your journey e krampo hwe. Enti obi say okwa vacation now. Going on vacation without your family.
But let's listen to exactly what.
Enti yanko the definition of a vacation. What is the definition?
But what does Chief Justice? The question is, no obetimi aye ana ontumi nye. Emra na say okwa private vacation na. Emra no den na e ka. O kwa ubetimi na ukuru akọ ene wo ma a Ghana aban na betu aka ana se untumi nya ne sa yentie de sami de fika ono ni we intercept petition ni bi. What is in it?
Ability to even interfere with the ongoing investigations should she continue to stay in office. The nature of the allegations against her border on alleged falsification of court documents by the Chief Justice. So how can such a person, how can such a person be allowed to continue to stay in office? And that's all better empowered with evidence just to cover her tracks. And the young person will be a katasu muaso and na asemwa ba yekwako hwemuntino kwatranchen. Obiswa hunyan say what decision of John Mahama to suspend my minimum. Man the time no to focus on her defense. So now face so manem kwatranchen no wantimi amfa ne wan koye katasu muaso bia because no kure no ene ye den ye pe. Ghana mamra no ye pese yesum. Na mate say
into on that score, no Musa afi the two questions flowing from this.
Yeah.
Number one, earlier, many of my DWEN home common lawyer Maxwell Pokwadima na obo ni dey yen na chair in law of evidence or school of law na the message but you know say now ono your lawyer the petitioners against Charlotte or say okay say I say legal thinking shows that a prima facie doesn't equate to guilt. We've made that point. I believe the CJ will marshal all the legal arsenal to fight on her behalf. Yeah. Let me state here and now that when people draw parallels with Charlotte Osei, they forget that the then president didn't suspend her even after prima facie and notwithstanding protest from the lawyers of the petitioners. The president then, though I disagreed with him, was of the firm belief that suspension was not politically wise. So the petitioners had to battle with their boss, who stayed in office throughout the proceedings.
Obi, I know you're Kufuado taking the decision. We President Mahama taking the decision. You see, Council of State, the allegations against Charlotte Osei and Gertrude Torkornoo are not the same. Charlotte Osei was not accused of falsifying any documents. Gertrude Torkornoo has been accused of falsifying court documents. I'm going to explain it to you very soon. And say Yampadia, if true, say, oh, you're dangerous. She should not be anywhere close to the seat of justice.
Oh, you're dangerous.
No, if true, if it is true, there, or you're danger. I was saying, who know you done? Oh, where don't you be made kind of saying, Atemwo akumya no baby akra. Say you no cry. If true, or you're danger to the rule of law. But an
allegation of a breach. Hold on. In the case of Charlotte Osei, the allegations were on breaches of the Procurement Act. Breaching an act, you think it's not?
If you breach an act, was she accused of falsifying a document? Me say, "Mami, we are accusing to say we falsify court documents." Charlotte Osei, you can say we falsify documents, Anna. How can Charlotte Osei? How could she have interfered with non-compliance with procurement law? How could she have interfered with that? But where the matters in question are matters that the Chief Justice she can influence it.
My second,
and I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to explain it to you until the young to was here to the rule of law.
So among things a petition no near money be a woman or say I'm no call document with me for no other than net church and answer and the open no I and I will my private no than ma any new cracker so but China pay. One of the, in fact, two of the reasons.
Two of the reasons. Yeah, me chow, me who lache.
Pa. Tia me ne chikaka.
Jenny J.
What's it say?
Sweetheart, let's say. Yeah, oba ya wabebu mwa. Etiefo anya black wash black top and wash say a good.
Ono kura push black. The dress is a black me shoe ya black.
Very nice. Back me chow.
Me use me.
Yeah. Dear assembly ye come. Up to end no. Mahama 1 year bonibia. You see yan kan kure. Yini no kure me. Constitution they say so be a petition on Mampenia. You also ya so the Council of State. No me no come with pound. Say bibi wo hon mo a ehia se ko hwehwe mo a ne ahwehwe. Now wa ma kwan ama Chief Justice a respond. Chief Justice kwade na go hia 7 days. Ono aye ne 10 days.
Na Genesis tiamra.
Emra benitia. Wa ko tumra wi ama.
Emra na wo constitution.
Oh, chebe enva na.
Maybe anyway
constitution chebe bia etia.
Any time ba.
We say emra ne.
Wo de waka say waka say.
Ah, we ka me bisa.
Ah, wo de wi ya mi.
Almost 7 days.
And into Mampeni eye ne sa no. Wa respond. Say na asem bie ne we hu hia say maame to ko no respond ya. I don't know I responded to the petition. Wa responded the attachment on also evidence. Account actually say asemi wa say the ye ano now omo hwe mu wie no yate committee so yate wi a constitution as aka kire say yate wi a Mampeni no e pon be ma Chief Justice no atena nche wa ye de sa nje ye de aka say Mampeni Mahama oye the words terms ni bia use kura me diminka say omo enom red any ade and the advice in here opium any ade our social media. Also social media we no ready bi ana. So ti ase. Na menti ase say also one ka won pen.
And baby ebi ka say campaign time na so matter getting maminity. This is just a way that they are finding to get rid of her. Now the next person would be the Electoral Commission man. Also so omu yi everywhere no to me na kwa you no so everywhere. It's targeted.
I will be the last
in fact,
person.
Justice Sam Okujeto Akasa wa criticize the suspension of the Chief Justice. Oche said it tainted Ghana's image abroad. He feels it was unnecessary.
You see, Ora Okujeto, omonema na say young guys are being mpanyfo no. Papa oti won yokoyi Charlotte Sefrio. Oti won akra de judge bia o exonerate susu. Okay, so see oya MP for Madina okoshia judicial year almost o revoke license or court case nyemra. Send you see be twa sa judge na da pa. Waka ho na Ora Akufo-Addo edi nsem hunu okrom a wanka ho asem. Ene de na asesa. Oh, mpanifo na nkwada nhwom. Na ya yese mpanifo na di anim no omo nka nsem ma ne nhye dipa nkuran. E de pa na Ora Mahama ya ene constitution ni boy bra. Me say why you be any constitution boy bra will be the first person to attack him. If you say yete any sika dey twa de ka ya kwa ye ba ye hu ye ho ano no oni odidi so ti ase na why say dey we na yama committee ya o masati two of them Supreme Court judges ono any colleagues anamboa
aye
ana
Bako was appointed by John Mahama. The other was Nanado.
Yes. Enti o kwa kohia o mo a e dey nsuro na osuro bi ma mi so onya akwada ana o ye lawyer. Yes, also as crowd opportunity say oh course committee ado lawyer ebeko afre witnesses enti die suro ne wom e die na esie enti a say enkofo pese ye na MPP NDC ye max akwan no ma me na ye bone a mompam no na court to serve no kro no wom too much a lawyer for na defend ma me no die pa no mu gina so mu di defend ade ya na omo so no omo benefit free mu ana
na de na wo so hu a wo so se ma me na e so ko
efe kra keke some intercept documents ni bi
ani e ka be benti
omonyon travel so no private year the buy jimu per diem no ye yi maame na si wo say o chief justice and say the ba and ye yi no hwemi amfa nyo be bi ndi agro kro
ebi si nyo no nko na de ne buy tu kwan na past president current president
and o meboa ni enko
chi o kwan wo de ne bako
and o meboa na ye hu sa gofo nya se o gusu ji oba ama o man ni sika ye twa ka na ngie ntwitwa ni nyinem na ke ho nto sa ne pe no na nya so obi aye bone ento mbezo mchese se maame na di bone a esan se eti no ontra wana look Vincent Asefa any girlfriend me o ma moa maame ni se ba kokora anytime me kura no your friend sabi je fini Mustafa Bandi di omo ye no for me it doesn't settle well with me mo ya mana be ye NDC MPP me wa petition ye dia koma secret ana me boa maame a respond secret obetuma ko face committee no owi a next time ni mom de so mma ne ye open
no be who what is the next
and the chief justice go yi na wadi boni amodi kwa kusi yen twinanim so why boni a because no twinkofo ni mo koto obi anya obi a o Ghana mra no nye
but they who intercept ye the den e ka
ehu
kai
ehu
za
sha ebia na e fake rom dia ma me ntira me ye o ja se
MPP reporter na
we dey ehu si my kokodi e no ma me no beko hwe Supreme Court judge bi no America your friend A. Fortas in 1966 and okoji $20,000 a free foundation bi foundation de man no foundation de man no na sa time America mra crunch say ye ma ye che judge dia o man be disclose enti no onye mfom so ana Democrats any Republicans up Congress no ye waye no e was or resign onye boni o ano hwe no se said
just because when disclose
me wa mra bia so ni wa kire se charge ne hwesa no se no se be ya ma judiciary no emeye ho matwem na resign na o man no nkoso me na me tu ma me ne fo a me na resign o ya ma politicians use no aye ne o ma bi politicians na nya omudi ne ebo wo ma omudi akire no a omo ye yuadum no omudi ne ebo sesi ayi wo liki bi ma eko Vincent Asefa wo hwe the first reliever wo se ye mfa petition no emma maame no nti wo se president Mahama edi mama me de no hu se ye mfa mama me no no ne maame no eko na kra nana because nya wo na ye petition against you se na bela Janet
ti maame na bi ono so ntumi ma abonten me kane ha
ade ye se secret wo eko Vincent Asefa ye petition wo
but obi dia beto abonten se petition bi aba
why not beto abonten
Felix so for so kwache
da bi o was a petition aba Felix a communicate say petition aba
na nipa na fa no ho wonya bia obi nka say
oh yeah then na say nipa na fa no ho na wonya bi then na de ono no yem petition no hu say yem fa petition copy man no enye ma me na ka kire no based on that na ekwasefo an court na ye say nya former attorney general no ye hu no tape so o negotiate say ye ma obi nkonko da jail sa me na me ye president da sa kwarba na kama chi no kura ko to ba bi ko fe da me sa kura sesem na no ye na wala sinam kuro mu ano ye mu ye ho sa wo as attorney general the leader at the bar woni witness and negotiate say koko dia dance kru mu na obi ho nkere no na say to say me take you serious efia bede na tire me hu say sa branche no konya ba bi obetwa negotiate say ye nchungotu ana ye nko jelu timi I don't take them serious but Mahama Torkornoo ya ma MPP NDC politics no ya twena bem na wanhwe ya oni na busua no o mba ko
during campaign no omudi ni dem dada
ana me ka
because petition by election petition court 70
yes
before judgment unanimous unanimous 7 no omudi na dem dada and even this committee they are starting politicizing making it look like probably they are NDC people who are going to work against Chief Justice.
That be NDC
MPP for so about Bontia because say sa na ekwa neya. Watchna wa muso baba obi a president
who cares one eko be chira movement for change na ba ono okoba wa he wo mo visa power na agene keka na die pa na hwe committee we poaman o Supreme Court judge me boa esiedu oka ho o Supreme Court how dey appoint esiedu enye na Akufo-Addo
na poaman joma
enti politicization e ba now it doesn't matter we are chair na say ye kwato aba na so obi atro na opinion of say wo de no enimu a you cannot be the chair and still win in any case 31 your friends, the members of the Council of State, and the same Mameno Assembly also answer. Out of the 31, 2 of them are your former chief justices.
Now, so you didn't who said 31.
Council of State for your number 31.
There is any object. I
don't believe
that you might not know.
Yeah, me, I don't believe that Parliament so much to about. Yes, minority see me abstain. Yeah, then the Parliament decision. So, Baku train who cry a Council of State decision,
collective decision.
And this justice of Akufu, Bambo, and your friends, Duado, Duajawoni, all the queen mothers, queen fathers, dear was all, and you go for the say, Mammy, you shan't cut him. As some also answer, who am I? Who am I? Now, yeah, Quaco Castle, no politics.
Would you be surprised if the next victim will be the Electoral Commission?
Now, that's an Electoral Commission, Miami competition. Maybe try my way through. I want to all your day. Mammy, to all your day. Me also so tasto matamba bubon.
Max from the next 10 minutes.
What you want your day?
Maminchia na minchia chief na minchia menu abagene. King Solo. Let me say the man who say a man phobia has started to train politicalism aba committee na mampeni at.
Is it not? If you go on a campaign trail and you accuse her and claim that as for you, if you win, you are in trouble.
It is based
and
on.
It starts like that.
It is based on some promises made by the president. And the man Ghana for a two sabana yatumano.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a petition now abana. There will be a beacon biano. I will say it is out of speculations. But a mamrana chere say it should be done in secrecy.
Yeah.
Until the committee is formed. I have a friend so amra. Now on my no one. Na me nuaba Jineka say it is social media and I advise the president, which me I disagree in the sense I am looking at a better democracy. A democracy where access to information does not become difficult. And exactly. So social media is rather aiding us to access information. But issue no say kwa be fa so beba any the authentication of the information no and am here Felicio Fosukwachi is a government spokesperson. He's in charge of government communications. And so whatever information must be treated and treated well because it is an official information. I don't know about it because a petition has been received by the president. Article 146 clause 6. Actually, say Nesaka. I also no. Brama mene beka anu kono no beka asefo beka say nensanka petition ne bia ma mena nkasa request formally so ohia bi no mampanya amfa ma no what the man no in the case of Charlotte
no yeah the petition ama just nipa na baby sasa ma me hwe petition
what dem in the case of Charlotte so mama ni Charlotte so mama ni but upon request
Charlotte they are different. Charlotte's own is different
from
Chief Justice
constitution no constitution this is only 146 now and just say oh yeah afama no what you say?
This is what the man is.
It is one request here for purposes of fair hearing and justices to take place. And the man. And we are going and we respond.
What's a supplementary you? What first one? As the supplementary account.
Exactly. So a committee has to be
formed. I saw him.
Yeah. So a committee on Moka say, ND's number by us. Look, that information is dead on arrival. Now, near na papa Perican. Okuji toka yasere no nya botre sa na justice am short nso be kan se me fa electoral commission abon mo yasa yasi e mabunu mu ade
dabi mabunu mu ade obu ade
ya si anyiri yan wan chichirin ka be mamin ka be
but he feels that we are weakening institutions.
We are not weakening institutions.
Yeah, weakening executive, weakening parliament. Yeah, but we can judiciary.
How are they weakening?
How are they can never be developed without discussion.
How are they weakening? Is it when Nafonyo Martins run to court?
Yes.
Say, member president sent the LGBTQ bill. Yes, I know. And the weakening of democracy. Then I think it is true. But for where we sit, and in the air course, I think President Mahama has not done anything wrong. Constitutionally, he is doing what he's expected to do. Say President Mahama, Anka one revoke Article 146 and the Hunduma out of organized people to write an impeachment against him. I'm telling you.
But that same petition in Anadunya Bibri. Well, who any prima facie? So why is it that
President May?
I don't even know.
Angasa Shallow. I say May. So we can ask for a constitutional review or amendment. Well, we can look at it, say, should it be Shall or should it be May? In case, say, President Mahama, I want any ill motive against the Chief Justice, Obeka say mompamono. So there is a shot. But this time now I say
but the constitution doesn't allow
let me suspend. I say let me suspend you. After say we meet committee na with your defense. Na say you say Pema Fashi case na president any council of defense and state for establish him. Any na so bia you can come back. That is what the constitution says. There has been certain instances yes starting process na man penyin na again say anya de akura me ba ma ade no kwa fast track no atuna dream in the case of the Molovo 3 solid years under Gertrude Torkornoo 3 solid years yentumi antena asem no so amba papa no e de retirement and today we have a committee me I trust remember me say I trust in the expertise okay of the Molovo look he has nothing to lose. And penny for no many do penny feels to base stay come.
Eh, but why the bonnet that year? You do better than anyone.
I don't want you to try the bonnet. I don't want you to try the bonnet. I don't know. What you do?
Buffalo is what you do is why anybody. What you do to Buffalo is so bonnet. You understand? But what I see is a committee na babonte. You will give up among
yes.
WOHO. I know Markaka. I know Munina Krana ya judge fool. There are people who are not judges. It depends on where you sit. Any the lens and I say idea who can faso who judge ni so can faso who ne niema and we making a judgment. Sana so je ni so je tie. King Solo
say to me ka say e be Adam Pare where MPP. Based on what has happened today and not just today, based on previous way back where in there, way back when then we are not looking at the profession, we are looking at who is appointing. That's why maybe judges now. Nanado dear won't be brain. No NDC felt said because Nanado appointed judges. No, or more go now MPP for to almost some call high.
Nanyan to the unanimous I to put here proposal. A buying up yet me the bank of clean the bank of course not buying minister. Abba, how does it happen? A buying a idea. More year registration, electoral commission. And can you say elections and the democracy there? We are not even taking it to the doorsteps of the people. Decentralization. Yembiemu obi oshane democrat no bet me kwa tam the phone we get to a point bet me any registration and then Jemensa ne bossman no say yanye no district office. Wonim Crawford do antimi register. Wonim Crawford do enya access to vote because of sad decision no mu take here. Ya the court na ma manager no kwabrichiri. To kono no kwabrichiri. These are all issues that and so me I will not be surprised. What I want to say is yeah, the person can say we are practicing democracy.
Yes.
Yes, say all the arms of government in between independently. I do not foresee President Mahama influencing any system of governance. But the person me can now me to the judicial system and they say more professional just so that will be a better man penino irrespective of political party one kasa wo vote man no do a very professional and diligent job. If not politicians will come and they will use you. They will go tomorrow and come again and still come and use you.
In fact
Martin say petition me no asan akokan be in fact you know asan akokan
to me dear
3 minutes.
I'm flabbergasted about the entire thing. For instance, Miti Sami Jemfia all can say falsified documents and blah blah blah. This is a one-sided a story because
but if it's true, it's serious.
No, but this is a one-sided story and now even with common sense Sami Jemfia can say they think everyone thinks will just think and follow them. No, we have some people who will look at listen to what you say and also decipher the truth from lies. Is it the Chief Justice who is in charge of record keeping?
No,
it is not the Chief Justice.
But
manipulation manipulation of documents. Registry maybe influence it doesn't matter. When you register to keep our this in, no one should be able to influence you. So dear it is dead on arrival. It's not true. Say Chief Justice can falsify documents. He's not in charge of those things. Steal documents from where? From the registry. It means the registry they are not doing their work. So please that one then we also spoke about Sami Jemfisa about these travels. This is a one-sided story. who can or the response by any response no it is saying because we quarter I can make you allegations then the person you are making the allegations against will also come and give a defense. The defense here then. And sorry, you want the person to look bad. It's a calculated attempt by the Jubilee House to bring Sami Jemfi and Co to come and do damage control, poison the air, let the whole Ghana head here say that he stole money. Who stole money more than the Flagstaff, the Jubilee House? You are now using 2.9 billion to manage Jubilee House instead of Nana Akufo-Addo using 327 million. So you think that when a PMP government comes, Sami Jemfi,
there are special initiatives.
It is the Minister for Information was taking 10 million Ghana cedis. With 10 million, do you know the initiative? 6 institutions under him. Who buy only 3 institutions. Who give 78 million Ghana cedis. Way. Now 2.9 billion. Yen cash in Chiramo. Who can say PMP government bar? President Mahama ene mo amuda hano yen chimu. Yebe chimu ma fasikana from this naba. And one of the things I maybe can say, Ghana, the time has come for us to push MPP and NDC out of this country. These are the 2 demonic political parties that have destroyed our democracy. NDC omobano omokachire Ghana for say yeba vindictive acts against MPP. Enya munti neba. Enya nsuonti, enya electricity, enya chroma ni dwani sike ye expensive. Enya nunti ne NDC yeba. Yepese yemba so that we will now bring a vendetta against the MPP people. Mukase omoboa omoba ye duma policy ben omo implement everything is about munchi wembra munkoye we. This is what they always do, and when the MPP comes into power they will retaliate. Let's do away with these 2 institutions. And amikrampo eyemi there say Ghana for they are already doing away with them. NDC for 2020 6 million, 2024 6 million, they are depreciating. MPP there more into vote here, there were more than 8 million decent people. So Ghanaians are shifting away from the MPP and NDC. Right. And so 2024 they will be out.
The woman say
2028 they will be out.
Mahama Torkornoo Moromraso say why am from Swa committee ni na wa year 1 pound and freso. Na man in so
there say wa pam wood.
Oh me dey say me maka say omo tunufo no. So mbetie mi aka omo ne omo nkeka no wa akiri. Na on free nanka the salary will bit me agene wa retire on the salary. Na akoye mesem na yebe wi ni ehun se chale krono bi wa beyond that wa hwa na criminal proceedings be start you. Mesre enye bibia na yakun. Oye be ma dodo ye kuja o. Sam one way to touch a call yedum.
Na say yenya hunu what she did na there.
Oh,
because say o ditum say wa bone anka on throw petition say fa supplementary make am.
Oh, say onum say asem na anu she did out try so the big account. It means now no cry more justification. And now no pay ye be a phone lines. One more experience with her in the court. The one must be back out. So mama kwanya and some will be peeping.
The Supreme Court or Supreme Court judge.
Would it
the experience when she was a judge or what?
Does it not strike you say all of a sudden Ghana Bar Association and issue statement be a judicial your friends association juice akasede obi an issue statement be in connection with it.
Chaos.
Me say a nyoma course within the judiciary no on Mahama no e be ofe. Enti se wunya nte ya eyesa wo so wunya nte anya wunya hu ye. Say be one petition na Janet will be the first person to say Mahama twon. I don't think they will support to obi odibone. And I support to.
Say enyanko petition.
And I make a
defense.
And the defense no crowd omonyo and crowd men call and nyina no.
Na sa wo hwe ana
me ma copy. The woman nyina ne say. Ye koye nim yanyam enhihye mra e base ya emfantudwa. Na nka we nyina we speculation we ka emma sort ya say. Enka be ma obi anso a all comment or asem no no. Or be comment from an informed position.
Yes.
Because when we kire asem bia wo kan ne no. E kina ye wie na se enye sa na be say oh na de no ye say. Sort ya say. The year kasa order the batu kwa per diem and they scattered in the Auditor General's report and a public document. The bag you per diem na me ma to ba ne ba anase me yiri ba
pedem ne ba da je yana ne maame ne yede
maame ne je 9,000 ne ba je 10,000 dia nwa kwaso ne ba ne je se ne maame hwɛ abra professor Kwaku Asare ɛde ne petition ne kɔɛ Nana Akufo-Addo time sɛ no de eliki bai ɛde asɛ Nana Professor Kwaku Asare ka ɛno nso yɛ part of the issues sɛ wone ɔmampani Akufo-Addo ana mo hyehyɛ wona wopɛ sɛ de nkɔfo kɔ Supreme Court abra onum sɛ ansɛ obe nemu judges sɛ obe kɔ Supreme Court wone judicial council na dwene ho letters to that effect sɛ wone ne mienu na ɛtwɔtwɔ ana wo sɛ ne kɔma no ɛno de asɛm na ɔrɛ Akufo-Addo ɔkan ɔde dismiss yɛ asɛm pɔti na Professor Kwaku Asare kɔ wa amana hia no ne how was that then na Professor Kwaku Asare ɛma ne leaky ba media no na ɔno kora de na ɔhwehwɛ mmara bi a ɛbɛtumi am ya hyesa Kwaku Asare ne sɛ muro ɔte wɔ sɛ o de ade ba na no no atwɔ ne nyina de agumo te sɛ ne bu afu kora sɛ leaky who are you na wakasa nse muro no de kɔ ɛni ti nipa ma kɔ bɛ sɛ Ghana no pa de Akufo-Addo deɛ ɛnyɛ never again ma fi president
the American is
Akufo-Addo
no one is above impeachment or reprimandment as far as our constitution is concerned. But say you bet to me am I could man.
But so what dream say oba you be bone a eh den a obenya bibia fa nipa no ho ayi. Say what dream that say oba you bone dia.
Enu tin ya what systems no. Enti dia ya twira fa Madam Torkornoo hu. Senka ya bone bi na wo bi tirimu a anka committee ya for me. This ya yentumi nya asem awo kanda ha ne konkofo obi emfiri asama no man beti. Kanda fo na baba
be me asehye ne ma na adi atia.
Oh, agi say nukure ni.
Say be di atia wo dia.
Say nukure wo mu a. Because look, we have dissenting views. Say the main margin for say yenye say no. Ebi anoma margin different. And we have equal powers. Say they must respect us as far as our constitution is concerned. So for me, the American say, "Yama mamra no enya adwuma. Na ne wamboa Madam Torkornoo kesepa ne mampani Akufo-Addo. Mampani Akufo-Addo ene wamma Madam Torkornoo. Wo bi anka no ne ye adwuma. Hwes asema na so lokan. Na se mo ba appointing Crawford Kra to the Superior Court of Justice. Wonko a uyi nipa makomako 12. Mampani John Ojukum Kufo, or not how many years? 6 months. And 8 years. Oh, you nipa back. John Dramani Mahama, nipa back. Won't call you nipa 12. Nanini nano, one mammy Torkornoo, and a year Kasubum, and a Muis and Panukugu. At the end of the day, case by Beko Court be near Boego. I have said, sir, let us make sure, especially the judicial, sir, they will live away from the controls of the political right. If not, MY in democracy.
Medasi. Ahani adin komani nasi na ya breakfast dance ni midi mabo midi dada. Kobo me DJ Henry Ludianki. Nana Kwame Opoko being producers. Lloyd Dogbe production assistant. Efo Japasu and the station manager. Me kwa. Onua 95.1 FM.